living a stress-free life. Just listening to these words makes us question, is this truly possible? Who isn't stressed? How do we balance stress? How do we live happy lives with stress? Or is it possible to really live a stress-free life? Using tools and using knowledge that's out there, especially in our generation. Is it possible to live a stress-free life in our generation, which is very fast-paced? And of course, it really does put a lot on a person living the lives that we do, because it is fast-paced in our generation. So I'm going to share with you, hopefully, 9 tips on how to live a life where we can empower ourselves to control stress, to live lives where our outer circumstances, which could be stressful, are responded to in a calmer way, and hopefully we will improve in handling our stress at our level. So number one is, when there is an inner balance, when I have inner balance, there's going to be outer balance, and I will be able to reach ultimate freedom. In other words, if I'm not internally stable, if I'm not internally taken care of, if I'm not controlling myself, anything on the outside is going to tick me off, is going to trigger me, is going to make me upset, right? There's a term, piss me off. What does that really mean? It's really like, so what is the stimulus that's out there? What are things happening in my life that's going to upset me? And we see people who are easily triggered. Don't say anything to her. Don't say anything to him. It's going to make him more upset, So circumstances control these types of people. So we don't want our circumstances to dictate to us or control our actions. We want to be in our inner core. We want to be balanced, strong. And that, of course, is self-care. That is working on ourselves, davening to Hashem, that we can respond calmly, we can deal with life calmly, we can do what's important and leave what's not, and focus on the minute in front of our nose, really focus on internalizing the moments that are there. And in this way, if a person has that inner sense of balance, which actually entails lifetime of work, it's not something that's easily achieved. It's always working on ourselves, always improving. So if I'm working on myself and maintaining inner balance, I'll be able to actually reach outer balance as well. And no matter what's happening in my life, I'll be able to respond calmly. And that is true and ultimate freedom. Freedom from my monster. Everybody has an inner monster. A monster which is the Yetzer Hara, which is our impulses, our negative traits. And we can control them and harness them by working on ourselves. Okay. Number two is, Hashem will empower me to do it even if I think I can't. Hashem empowers us to do anything we want. However, it all entails will and relationship with Hashem. Do all you can, Hashem will empower you. You will learn how to do something even if you never did. You will be able to be good at a skill even though you thought you never could be able to do that. It's not me. It's not my thing. Yet, if you teach it to yourself, if you ask Hashem to empower you, it will happen. You can achieve the impossible. It is much more difficult to achieve enhancement of good character traits than it really is to do anything in the world. So Hashem is there to empower us. Number 3, attribute everything you do to Hashem. If I know that Hashem enables me to do everything, I am not stressing myself out and telling myself, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that and I didn't do this right and if only I managed this better. And you'll be able to be calmer. You'll be able to attribute Hashem to help you. Ask Hashem to help you, to enable you, to empower you, because it really is Him who's enabled me to do anything. So there's no reason to be stressed about that. He and only He can make anything happen. So if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to. Okay, number 4. The Torah is here for me, and I must avail myself to receive the light. The Torah is here for me. I must avail myself to receive the light. The Torah is here for us. Now, nobody and Hashem will not force Himself down your throat to have you believe in Him. Hashem is there, but it's up to me to see the light. It's up to me to not to see this as a coincidence or as his fault and her fault and my life circumstances, and it isn't fair, and they have this and I don't have that. That isn't even in the picture. So the Torah is here for me. I must avail myself to see the light. If I see my life circumstances through the prism of the Torah, the stress immediately lessens. It dissipates, because I know Hashem is in the picture. I know that anything that happens in my life or any of my circumstances are there to make me great, are there for me to overcome, to be closer to Hashem. Okay. Number 5. There is no such thing as powerful. There is only Hashem. The powers that be in the world exist only until Hashem lets them. There were tremendously huge powers, right? All the empires. Germany during World War II. And the powers that be in our day and age. People live in fear mistakenly. People listen to the news mistakenly. And this makes a person naturally negative, have a negative outlook on life. And we try to unfortunately believe that all the powers that are in control right now, all the politicians, that they dictate reality. And they really don't. Because when Hashem decides, that's enough, that's it, you're out of power, that's it, they don't dictate anything. But truly Hashem is behind the picture anyway. He is the only power that exists, that existed and ever will exist. So there's no one to fear. And we have to know that this is a very empowering thought, to live with humility, to live with gratitude, and to live with great hope and belief in Hashem. And that reduces stress as well. Okay. Number 6. Oops. Sorry. Dropped my notes. Number 6. You cannot do anything unimportant. Sometimes we feel that we're so worthless. What is it? Little me. Again, so many people in the world. Does Hashem really listen? Does Hashem really notice or care? And the truth of the matter is absolutely. Hashem cares about you and me so very, very much. Because if you weren't important, you wouldn't exist in this world. You wouldn't be in this world. There's a purpose for this. There's a purpose for your existence and for you being here. So there's no such thing as a person being unimportant or anything I do that is unimportant, because it does reverberate in the cosmos. It has a huge effect. Anything I do positively and of course negatively. We want to remember that a person really misconducts themselves when they don't believe in themselves. When they believe they're nothing. When they believe they're nobody. When they believe biases. When they believe implications, and this all isn't true. If you know who you are, and you are eternally great and holy, potentially, you are really capable of great heights, you know that nobody can say anything or do anything to diminish your value. And that empowers you, and that makes you feel strong and dissipates the stress of you feeling unimportant. Okay, number 7. We are all here because we need to be here. There is no competition. Stress is created when a person feels that they're in competition with someone, whether they're living in a certain neighborhood and they need to be, on the same level as their neighbors, getting the same furniture, or living the same life status, and doing what they're doing, being up to par. There's no such thing. When I understand that they need to be here and I need to be here, there's no room for competition. I'm happy for them, they're happy for me. Of course, we're not here to expect this from other people. We're here to emulate Hashem. We are here to be an example, and when you're an example, people try to emulate your ways and really try to not have competition as well. They're happy for you. So when I know that this person needs to be in this world and lives a certain life, I'm happy for them. And I'm really praising them. Okay, so the next one is, the more successful you are, the better it is for all of us. There is no jealousy or competition. In other words, the more successful you are, the happier I am for you, because it benefits me as well. We are all one. When you do something positive, it affects me. Of course, when we do negative things towards each other or even to one person, it actually affects everyone. It affects the realm of reality. It affects the cosmos. It affects us in really, really big ways. So we need to understand that the more successful a person is, the better it is for all of us. Success breeds happiness for one another. Success breeds shalom for one another. And this is truly a gift and really shows how life can be lived with less stress. Okay, and the last one is, life can be beautiful here and there as long as you are bonded to Hashem. There's no room for blame or jealousy. In other words, if I attribute everything I have to Hashem, and that He can give me anything that I want, and I have this not because she has that, or I'm living the life I'm living, not because He doesn't have enough for me. Hashem is the wealthiest. He has enough for everyone. So life can be beautiful here as long as I am bonded to Hashem. I attribute all my gains, I attribute all my life circumstances to Hashem. I hope these ideas were helpful, and I hope we can use these ideas to live with less stress. Appreciating the insights from Rabbitin Esther Biela Schwartz from her talks, Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming, awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.